sister, and they kept her out of the chop shop. But my mama was a free spirit, a wild child who threw caution to the damn wind for a night of fun. And so that's what heroin was to her, a night of fun one day after the club closed. A friend had introduced it to her like you would a family member or a friend, only it wasn't like, "Hi, this is my friend Heroin," but more like, "Man, you gotta try this shit. It'll give you a triple orgasm." But hell, that night just never ended for Mama. And after she became one of Stuckey's, Chisholm's, and Ramsey's biggest customers, all they could do was shake their heads and say, "Damn, Asia, on that shit too? What a fucking waste. She's too talented, too fine, too sexy, too smart, and got too much potential to be doing that." And she knew it too, what they were thinking. Soon she was too gone, too hooked to ever come back. So she never did. It was never part of the plan, so I came to understand. Mama had her choice of men, but she chose my daddy. Crazy part was, he was no high roller. My daddy was an auto mechanic, and she was hoping that he could save her. Only she got him caught up in the shit. She said it was his mysterious, seductive eyes, the same eyes attached to my face. The rest, I'm told, came straight from my mama. As I'm the spitting image of her, except while her hair was jet black, mine is a combination of browns. I have my daddy's full lips, a beauty mark in the corner of my mouth, and my skin is a copper brown complexion. They settled outside of Los Angeles, the city of lowriders, Chuck's, and Roscoe's House of Chicken and Waffles. But not the nice part. We stayed in the projects, a place I hated. We lived there since I was a baby, but did nothing about the projects make me feel home at all or that we had a better life. I always felt separate from the rest of L.A., being in the projects, which was a closed-in community of violence and despair. The place to be was Baldwin Hills, the Black Beverly Hills, where wealthy black people lived in these big-ass houses that sat high up on the hills. In the projects, you could live up high, too, but it wasn't on no damn hill. The apartments were so close to each other you could hear your neighbor's TV and radio through the paper-thin walls, or you knew when they were taking a shower or even a shit. In fact, every Thursday I knew my neighbor Tiny got some because our headboard beat up against the wall and their screaming and moaning kept me up the whole damn night. You shared the same yard with your neighbor and belonged to a building with 6 little apartments, and 12 feet away there was another identical building with 6 more apartments. You either had to hear people stomping upstairs or somebody was complaining because you were stomping. There was a road dividing one side of the buildings from the other and a big-ass tree to every building. On a nightly basis, you would see teen boys and even grown-ass men sneaking up trees, hiding from the cops. Sometimes they'd fall and bust their ass and they'd get caught. They did have parks for the kids, but other shit besides little kids playing went down in there. People my age smoked weed there, drug dealers slang their shit there, and dopies found corners and bathrooms to get high in, despite kids playing on the swings and in the sand or on the seesaws. If you were poor, which we all were, you were pretty much confined to going to the park or sitting on your stoop to entertain yourself. Most of the time, I hung out on the stoop. You saw all kinds of shit there. Weekly shootouts that had me running for dear life in my house, fights among the different types of gangs that wanted to run the projects, or you would see chicken heads, young and old, out in the streets, the park, their small yard, or other people's yard fighting over a damn man. Sometimes you even saw mother and daughter fighting over a man. It was a damn shame. When I needed an escape from the projects, I hooked up with one of my friends from school and saw how other people lived. They'd scoop me in their ride and we'd hang out in Crenshaw, which was the spot, or Broadway. Teens and grown folks kicked it there. You just parked your car and sat in it or stood on the street mingling with people. They had car shows where you saw fly-ass lowriders, Impalas or Caprices on chromed-out 22s. The motorcycle clubs even came to stun. I had fun there because I didn't need no damn money. Or we went to Baldwin Hills Plaza or the Slauson Swap Meet or Magic Johnson Theater to watch movies. Most of the time I passed when it came to hanging out at places like these because you needed money. While my friends were buying clothes and shit, I didn't even have enough to buy me some damn French fries, so I'd sometimes take my bus fare and just ride the bus as far as it would take me before I had to get off. The bus always passed Baldwin Hills. I always wondered what it felt like to live in one of those big-ass houses with the manicured lawns and roll in the Escalator Lexus parked out front. But after the bus ride, it was back to the fucking projects. As bad as it was, I knew why my mama and dad...